possession was pretty evenly matched. We saw both teams with a couple of opportunities in there.
Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to the 2025 Women's Field Hockey season. Welcome. We're on the campus of the University of Louisville.
It's not a litmus test for postseason at this point. Obviously, both these teams want to come away with a dub, but you're still trying to figure out the systems and the connections that work from a coaching staff perspective. And with how young this Michigan State team is, there's going to be some bumps in the road. And so right now it's regrouping. It's making sure, as we mentioned in the open, talking about just that press organization and that clear, concise communication coming out of the back.
So
is going to be mission critical for
Louisville Cardinals will take on the Michigan State Wolfpack. Is how we're going to start our season with.
Because I am just so excited. It is hockey. It is Field Hockey Friday, guys.
It is opening day.
It is an opening day.
Gorgeous day.
It's a very gorgeous day for a game. I know the school year have already started this week at the University of Louisville.
50% humidity.
And 150 degrees.
And ridiculously hot. The turf is that much hotter.
There's Emily Eaton, one of the sophomores for Louisville. I like her, just blue-collar player on the rise. And that's some traits that I really like here with the Cardinals. First penalty corner of the season for Michigan State. So here's an opportunity for the Spartans. They got no shots in the first quarter. So this will be a test for them. They feel pretty good about the penalty corners. But Ellen Knoll said most coaches feel pretty good about the penalty corners here in the early season.
Well, and yes, because you haven't had the opportunity to scout opponents' defense. So really we're going to see a lot of straight shots these first couple of weekends just to see how defenses respond. So I wouldn't be surprised if we just see a direct shot on goal.
Tatum Johnson and Maddie Lawler the most likely, and it will be neither of them. Serena Mila.
And we saw Miley do that quite a bit last season as well, with that being that sweep on APCs.
Everslage for the rebound in front, but
back of the stick. Yeah. Everslage trying to get that crossing ball. It looked good, but yeah, back of the stick there. So free out for Michigan State.
What's Michigan State looking for here?
Well, moving the ball laterally in the backfield, you're going to see teams do that a lot. You transfer the ball from left to right, waiting for that shift of that first line of the press. And once you find a seam, then you can advance the ball forward. But there's no sense in trying to jam a ball through when you've got four great attackers right in your face. So shifting it laterally is just trying to find that seam so you can work the ball upfield.
Louisville gets the turnover. Can they get another score? There's a save made by Gavino.
And a great lead ball there by Tyler Everslage, trying to connect with Riley Woolerton. A backhand shot there by Woolerton, but well played there by Gavino.
So we lead 2-0 from Louisville Cardinals. Is how we can open up this opening day right here.
Back shoulder. Pretty easy shot to deflect off your pads when you cut that space down as tight as she did.
Kara Schaefer. Lillian Knorr.
And a nice transition there for Michigan State.
There's Gracie Burns.
We on ACC Network Extra for today's home opener game.
They've shown some more promising offense.
We have lots of ways to go in this season. So we don't know what our team's goal for this season, you know?
getting in the way. Everslage is the
I'd
mix
say,
of everything.
I'll say,
Yeah, and she did a really good job
I
creating
don't know,
that
make it to the
third-party
NCAA
obstruction,
tournament,
getting the
I would
call.
say, of course, and it will be something. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to say this one time. I hate to say this report, but
Boner. Now here's Gracie Potter
oh
looking
no.
for the freshman Jalen Perez, who's got the call up to the front line for the first time, and a corner opportunity for Louisville, and that was earned by Perez.
Well, and Perez, I got to watch a little bit of the exhibition game between Louisville and Bellarmine last weekend. Perez got a lot of minutes, a lot of reps, playing very maturely for a freshman. Just calm and composed. They're able to get that corner call, finding a foot. First corner of the season for the Cards.
Where would you recommend Louisville go here on this penalty corner? I mean, you just said most time you get straightaway shots.
I mean, I think this is the battery that we're going to see the majority of this season. Annabelle Sepp and Izzy Bianco at the top of the circle, both with, different looks to them. Bianco with a great direct shot. Annabelle Sepp has some deceptibility with her shot selection. Easy for me to say, apparently. But I think we're going to see a direct shot from Izzy Bianco here.
Annabelle Sepp is the smasher. It is Bianco, and that's off of one of the Spartans, or is off Louisville. So Michigan State dodges that penalty corner for each team so far today.
In this one,
yeah, and again, we're going to see a lot of direct
we don't know
shots from,
what our team's goal for this season will be, but
again,
we
especially
don't know.
the first couple of corners. You're not going to try and extend the cage initially. You want to see how a defense is going to set up before you start to kind of play around with how you set up your APCs.
Here's Eden. The smasher story I love. So Annabelle Sepp, her mom were in town visiting with Justine Sowery, and Annabelle Sepp's mom said whatever the magical word in Dutch means, the smasher. And it was her nickname, and Justine Sowery was like, what was that? And then Annabelle Sepp said, my nickname back home is the smasher.
Just a super physical player. And Justine talked about, it took her players a little bit to get used to the physicality of Annabelle Sepp. But they're really loving, they're learning from it. And, you always think kind of historically speaking, the Big Ten is a very physical conference. Well, ACC has really kind of, also embodied some of that physicality. Maybe not to the degree that the Big Ten is known for, but, Justine said, you know what? I'm okay if my players get a little more physical. Obviously, you want to play within the confines of the rules. However, being a little physical, right, isn't a bad thing. You don't want to back down against an opponent. And so because of that, Annabelle Sepp has really, elevated this program because of her physicality in preseason.
And you're going to want to be playing some of those more physical teams late in the fall, ideally.
Well, you've got Northwestern coming here. You've got Iowa coming here. Like, you better be ready to play a physical game. Again, and that's before going into conference play.
Which is no joke. It was a little bit of a struggle for both of these teams in conference play as Eaton loses her stick. Both won 1-7 a year ago.
Neither one making it to their respective conference tournaments last year, the first year of the expanded ACC tournament, with the additions of Stanford and Cal. Only 8 teams now making it. Historically, all 7 teams made it into the tournament. The number 1 seed got the bye. That's not the case anymore. All 8 teams out of the 9 make it to that tournament. And Louisville was odd man out last year. And with Louisville hosting ACCs this year, that first full week of November, I know Justine Sowery is not going to take that as an option for this season.
Yeah, this isn't the World Cup where you just get in. You got to earn your way. And Louisville's very excited. And so far, their strategy wanting to be more aggressive in getting the ball up the field, get more goal-scoring chances. It's worked. They lead 2-0. They scored with Kazupi in the first and Lauren Masters, relatively in pretty close succession.
And a great reach there by Tatum Kroon.
ignore.
Get another button.
Set. Heat. Almost everybody within range for the smasher.
Well, and you know, not to harp on the smasher, her long range ability was something that Justine Sowery really appreciated that she brings to this squad. She's got great vision. She can look down the field and eliminate multiple lines of defense with that long ball.
Walderman trying to work her way into the circle, and it's going to be a penalty corner. Second of the quarter for Louisville.
Yeah, just a missed trap there by Tatum Johnson inside.
6:01 remains in the second quarter.
Creating that corner call for the Cards.
So last time, went to Izzy Bianco.
Yep, it was Bianco the first time. I bet this
Last college football season ago,
going to be Annabelle Sepp taking that direct shot.
There was some students or fans were throwing objects onto the field where they're not supposed to.
We don't know.
Even water bottles on the field. That's crazy.
Maybe before next game.
That happened for,
Will it be her turn?
just like Georgia-Texas game,
Will it be Bianco again?
like the Texas Tech versus whatever, you know, and then Oregon versus whatever team it is.
Stand tall.
And that goes for LSU.
Trying to get all that gear on there.
It'll be Sepp. She'll set it for herself, and she buries
And scores.
That right there is going to get Justine
Scores.
so excited.
And good
Last
by
year,
Louisville
this
Cardinals.
team
It's a
didn't
3-0
hit on all
lead.
cylinders when it came to their APCs. It was the Izzy Bianco show, and it was tough to get good deflections from just one main back.
Also,
Annabelle Sepp is gonna
starting
give
in the
Justine
month,
Sowery
we will
a
have a
different
swimming
looks
and diving
with that
season.
Sweep. And she's going to be
For
able
all
to,
colleges
again,
and
extend the
universities.
She's going to be able to go for that direct shot like she just did, but she's going to be able to, you know, find those tippers on
We'll be
either side,
swimming and
deflectors on either
diving. It's
side
going to
as
be
well.
coming
So
up
I know
in a
that's
month.
gonna really
So
get
I guess
Justine
we'll have
Sowery
to
and staff excited,
get ready,
about
you know.
APCs this season.
And there was a twinkle. You could almost
Swimming
you could feel the twinkle in her eye when you were asked her about how she approaches the penalty corners, and she said she's a sweeper.
Yeah. Well, and it's so important if you don't have a flicker, if you don't have a drag flicker on your squad, to be able to have that deceptive sweep, to be able to extend those posts to look for deflections outside of the goal, as well as that straight shot, just to have some variation in what you can set up and throw at an opponent's defense.
Annabelle Sepp. And she smoked that one. She got all of it. It's still rolling.
And again, that's that long range ability.
What a first half for the Louisville Cardinals. And Michigan State, they're having just a hard time getting it across midfield. Wallerton. Sought the foot in another penalty corner for Louisville.
Yeah, upgraded to a corner on that call.
Third corner. Last one went great, unless you're a Michigan State fan.
So Chloe Kazupi now setting up at the top of the circle.
We're on the campus of University of Louisville. Right there, that is track and field space.
Potter here on the insert again for the Cards.
They go to Annabelle Sepp.
Oh.
Off the defensive sticks, that'll be a 23-meter coming in for the Cards.
Sepp. Trying to sneak that through several bodies.
We're under 4 minutes remaining in the
Michigan State.
in quarter 2 before we go to intermission.
Being hounded. That's Ella McKernan. McKernan had 3 Cardinals on her back. Kara Schaefer.
We are just about to finish the final week of August, which is today. And starting tomorrow until Sunday, that will be our last and final weekend of this month. And that will do it for this month of August. We just want to say thank you all for making a good month of August this year. Because now when we hit September,
what a badge of honor for an underclassman to, hold that much responsibility. And, Coach talked about Schaefer just being cool, calm, and collected, and brings a maturity to the squad. And you just don't hear words like that said about many sophomores. So, big praise for Kara Schaefer.
Yeah, she embodies the 3 C's. Cool, calm, collected.
I like that. You can coin that.
You know what? I just might. No one else can use it unless you pay royalties.
All right.
But it's really good, so you should pay royalties. Here's Annabelle Sepp. Speaking of cool, calm, collected, even though they're moving quickly, Louisville has been that. Gracie Potter.
all right.
She fed
And
it in.
then,
Well outside the circle, she's trying to find one of her teammates in the box. We have a stoppage and a change at goalie, and it will be Ashley.
It's going to be a goalie change.
That the goalie battle between the Englishwoman Gavino and the Scot Herbert went into practice.
We are live
So
at the Marshall Center.
But now Ashley Herbert will get her chance here with 1:51 to go, and the
1:58 remains in the second quarter.
And this is a player
Before we go intermission at halftime very soon.
September last season, just as a sophomore.
Now, I'm sure, I'm
I'm
hoping in this brand new college football season, I'm hoping that no objects or anything will not be thrown onto the field this time. But now, a season ago, it has. But I don't know about the season before, but we have to look into that.
Communicate with your young defense.
Gigi Edwards.
It is
Figuratively.
12:46
I
p.m.
know.
And Louisville, Kentucky.
But successful.
Thank you.
Emily Eden.
I don't know. Maybe the same time. I don't know.
There's an Olay from Kazupi. Now
And we are just about to go to the near the 1 minute mark in the second quarter before going to Michigan at halftime.
what they were hoping to have against the Cards.
And we're under a minute to go in quarter number 2 before we go intermission at halftime.
Hoping to be down 3. Addison J. Annabelle Sepp.
Now we're in the ACC. From Michigan State, they're in the Big Ten. So we have ACC versus Big Ten.
Nice pass up to Addison J, one of the transfers from
The
Boston.
challenge I say, but these teams are kind of pretty tough. And in this, I mean, like on our schedule, some teams got a difficult schedule. Some of them got the toughest.
Good opportunity there.
And of course, hey.
But to push up Tatum Kroon and get Izzy Bianco more involved, push some of those midfielders that have had to play a little more defensively up because she's.
And it does not matter at all. We are going to intermission halftime. It does not matter at all.
One half has come and gone, and it's 3.
All right, first half is in the books, so we are going to the locker rooms.
Lauren Masters
I'd
scored in the
say,
second
of
quarter.
course, and
Annabelle Sepp on the penalty corner scored in the second. Strong first half by by Louisville. They wanted to move quickly. It looks like mission accomplished so far.
Yeah, 8 shots, 6 of those have been on frame, 3 corners for the Cards. Just 1 shot and 1 corner for the Spartans. So while they've been able to maneuver the ball up the pitch, nothing has matriculated inside their attacking
Let's
circle.
take a look at it. Now, the other thing about that is...
For Michigan State, they wanted to be more deliberate, but right now on the wrong side of the scoreboard, but thought on the Spartans.
Well, and we'll see if Ashley Herbert stays in goal for the Spartans. And, if maybe a change in communication makes a difference moving into the third quarter.
All right, we're going to take a breather here for halftime.
We will take a breather, and we will see y'all. And
Louisville.
we'll see y'all very soon.